Hello, I'm Charlotte Deane. I'm Executive Chair of the Engineering and Physical Sciences Research Council at UKRI. I get asked a lot about the UKRI strategy, and then everyone knows the new one is coming and how exciting it might be. And one of the things I always want to say is every UKRI strategy kind of says the same thing. It says we're here to fund the most exciting things that will make the biggest difference. And that's literally what we're for. And for me, that kind of runs a breadth of different things. It's from those discoveries that you don't know you need to make, through to the things that will make a difference in the economy and improve growth, through to things that just make people's lives better. And this strategy really, the differences in it are really about how we're intending to do that in a few places. So thinking more about our priorities being set across all of UKRI, rather than there being a research council priority to really make a difference in an area, it's an all UKRI priority to do that. And that also links through to our ability to really think about how we fund across, I don't really like the phrase, but the entire value chain. So moving from fundamental discoveries through to funding in companies and having priority programs that really carry that money through and allow us to actually pull and push and learn and work with people to make that happen as effectively as possible. Whenever you think about a new strategy for UKRI, actually, I always start in the same place. And I think it's similar to my colleagues, but they might phrase it in a different way. I start from, my mum pays my salary as an academic. She pays for me to do my job, and I love my job. But that means that we should use our money and use all of that to make a difference. And so the thinking behind the UKRI strategy for me is, how do we show that? How do we make it explainable so people can see it? And I use my mum as a good example because she's a fairly friendly audience. I mean, she kind of wants me to have a job and she's interested, but she has no knowledge of why research and innovation is really important and makes a difference to her life and to the lives of the people she cares about. So for me, the UKRI strategy is about writing that down, explaining that, and having ways to show that to people. As always, when you have a new strategy, if you're an academic or if you're someone involved in this, the first thing you do is you go and look for yourself within it. As in, how do I fit into this document that has come out? And one of the most exciting things about this is if I think about across engineering and physical sciences, if I think about chemistry, if I think about physics, if I think about maths, if I think about computer science, it's fundamental to everything that's within that. If I look at what's needed within the priority programs, about the things where we're looking to work with industry, you can see it's writ large the importance of having mathematics as part of that, having physics as part of that, being part of engineering. But we still also have all the pieces we always had about that drive for curiosity-driven research, doing fundamental research in every area. And that's really, really important. So how will we know if this has worked? It's always almost an impossible question because the world is moving and changing all the time. We will obviously be measuring the outputs of what we do. We'll be constantly looking at what's happening. I think we're going to be much more actively working with the people who are holding the large grants and large facilities with us to be able to see what differences it makes as it goes along. But fundamentally for me, we'll know if it's worked by the same answer I gave earlier about does my mum know why she pays my salary? Put that into even more of the context. Does the population see science, research, innovation as something that it is worth spending public money on and that is important to improving their lives? I guess one thing within the strategy that's really important to me, and you can see it when you look at the industrial strategy and the sectors we're talking about, all of those came from research that was done 10, 15, 20 years ago in the curiosity-driven realm. And so curiosity-driven research is not there as a nice to have or a possibility. It is there because, yes, I want to push forward the frontiers of knowledge. I mean, I literally do, that is my job, but also because I believe, and we know it through years of experience, it will be where the industrial strategy of the tomorrow and the tomorrow and the tomorrow comes from. So it is so important that that is there and protected within what we're trying to do.